Crossroads provides much more than emergency shelter. It reaches thousands of people in this community each year through many services, including the crisis hotline, the domestic abuse response team, known as DART, legal advocacy and representation in the courts, adult and child counseling, Teen Dating Violence Institute and other community outreach, and even helps four-legged friends displaced by domestic violence. According to the Center for Disease Control, 24 women and men are victims of intimate partner violence in the United States every minute. That means since I first stepped up to this podium, more than 100 women and men were assaulted by someone who claims to love them. By the time you leave tonight to go home, that number will have grown to about 3,500. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, while you were sleeping, an additional 13,000 people, mostly women, will have joined the ranks of domestic violence victims. It's true that most domestic violence victims are women, approximately 85%. But the implication that where there is money and a college education, there is no battering or abuse is wrong. The reality is domestic violence exists at every income level, and abusers and victims range from high school dropouts to PhDs. And they come from every ethnic, racial, and religious background. They can even be Miss America. As I mentioned earlier, there are many reasons why victims do not leave. Not leaving does not mean the victim is asking for it or condoning the abuse. And as we know, leaving can be dangerous. The most dangerous time for a woman is when she chooses to leave. Choosing to leave can often lead to death. According to the United States Department of Justice, nearly 1 in 5 murder victims in this country are killed as the result of domestic violence. In Colorado, nearly 1 in 2 women murdered each year are killed by their intimate partner. We should stop asking in a whisper, why doesn't she just leave? It's time to start asking loudly and boldly, what can we do to help? And how can we fight this epidemic? With 1 in 4 women and 1 in 14 men experiencing domestic violence in their lifetime, it's very likely someone you know has been affected. If you look around the room, you can do the math. There is more than one victim in this room. And maybe you've witnessed the trauma directly. Maybe the person suffering was someone you love, or maybe it was you. Domestic violence can happen to anyone. It happened to Amber, it happened to me, and it will happen to 13,000 other people tonight while we're asleep. I hope that this truly, truly impacts, and that you each take this message to your communities and continue the fight, because it is people like you that will actually create change. Because we can pass laws, but changing people's minds are how we're going to do something about this issue. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you to Crossroads Safehouse for everything you do. It's my absolute honor. Thank you.